and Glock.
That you think went quite a long way towards a wet setup.
Yes, we do. Yep. So watch out for them when this safety car comes in.
Well, interestingly, when we were talking with Sam Michael from Williams earlier, there isn't the big split between dry and wet setup around this circuit. One of the things that he reminded us of is the fact that on this circuit, very high top speeds, not so many fast corners, so you run less camber, which is exactly the same sort of thing you would do for wet setup. They're running, in the case of Williams, the same wings that they had in the Monaco Grand Prix, so they can't get any more downforce on the car, and clearly there's not enough standing water to worry about having to raise the ride height of your car. And softening springs and roll bars is pretty much a thing.
Yes, the city may well be famous for its winter sports, but today seems more about water sports. It's a man-made island created for the 1967 Expo here in Montreal, and it sits in the St. Lawrence Seaway. The bumpy, narrow, barrier-lined track has caused many to shed a tear here too. And the wet track should simply make this one of the best races of the year. This is normally a very exciting race, it has to be said. There is the track layout, 2.7 miles. And 14 turns. The DRS, if they're allowed to use it in the race, you're not allowed to operate that rear wing with wet tyres on, unless a few drivers go out on slick tyres. They will then enable it, and if they're doing a good job of it out there, and everybody can use it. It's quite a challenge for them, though. We'll get into that during the race, as it is to keep their KERS system, this extra energy boost that they collect under braking. It's quite hard to do in wet track conditions because it dramatically affects the way that the cars slow down. A big crowd here, as always, and they're in on Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. They love Formula One here in North America, or this part of North America anyway, and hopefully we can put on a very good show for them, as we do hope we can put on a great show for you at home. And welcome to everybody around the world that tunes in to the BBC commentary. And there you see confirmation, and my heart drops a little bit. I'm saddened by that. The race will start behind the safety car. David, is that right?
Well, given the amount of incidents we've seen here with dry starts, a very short run into that first tight left-hand corner, then I think it's a view that's been taken to enable every car to be able to make a start. Of course, with a safety car start, the chances are the cars will be strung out when they eventually release them, and that'll make it a little bit safer through that first two corners. So I think the view there from the race director is we simply don't know how slippy this track is and